Saturday Wrestling World. And yes, it is Night of Champions. We'll get to that a little later. Let's go ahead and tune into our Friday Night SmackDown recap because a lot happened last night. But also, let's start with the fact that I really don't. I don't like when they go to Saudi because did anybody see the camera? Did anybody see like the camera and the angle during that whole segment of Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton talking? Because what the hell was even happening? What was even happening? And then I kind of feel like they were all wrestling in slow motion. I don't know. Between watching Friday Night SmackDown and starting Night of Champions earlier today, I don't like when they go to Saudi because everything just seems off. Everything just seems really off. So, boom, we jump right into it. Like I said, Cody and Randy Orton open the show. Randy comes out and he's like, pretty much telling Cody like, hey, love you, bro, but I gotta win this match. I kind of have to. Like, I gotta win this match. We all know that he didn't, but you know, that's here nor there, right? So then, boom, we was some backstage shit with Solo and JC Mateo. Solo's chill. He's still trying to get the family together. I just don't think he understands that the family don't want to be together no more. They don't want to be together no more. Jimmy does not want to be a part of that. Leave Big Jim alone. He don't want to be a part of that. He don't want no problems. He don't want no parts. Okay? So then we jump right into JC Mateo and Jimmy Uso. Let's not act like Jimmy had most of that match. I'm not even gonna lie. I feel like that's the best I've seen Jimmy in a while because normally when they put him in the ring, he's just kind of getting his ass whooped. That was the best I've seen Jimmy in a while. Then we got some corkscrews. Got some frog splashes. We got some big kicks. Them kicks was giving it to JC Mateo. Because did we see Big Jim get JC Mateo off his feet? Not once, not twice, but at least 3 times. He had that man wobbly and off his feet at least 3 times, okay? At least. We get a suicide dive. Jimmy with a suicide dive is crazy to see. We get a suicide dive and then boom. Solo comes out with a distraction, kind of tells Jimmy like, hey, it's you and me. You don't need to be fighting him. It's you and me. We could be a family. Jimmy's not going for that shit. Real life. JC Mateo wins because Solo posed a distraction, obviously, as he was going to, right? He wins with the tour of the islands. As I'm looking at it, it's really just at first I'm like, oh my god, I love the move. But now I'm looking at it. He's just holding them, spinning them in like half a fucking circle and dropping them. Okay, cool. I guess it's the tour of the islands, right? And then we move into Zelina Vega. Oh, shit. Move to Zelina Vega and Julia, I believe that is her name. I don't know. Me and some of my Discord girlies who were talking, I'm kind of really over the NXT girls. I'm over it. Like, I get it. Y'all got to bring up new talent. You have to show us new faces, show us what they're capable of. And I'm not saying that I'm over the NXT girls because they can't wrestle, because they can. They absolutely can't wrestle. I just don't like the storylines that they're bringing them up under. I don't appreciate that. Like, Zelina Vega had this belt for not even a month. It doesn't even feel like she had this shit for a month. And for her to lose it, to Julia, who's only been here for, I don't know, 2, maybe 3 weeks, I think is crazy. But also, I get it. Wrestling is a professional sport, and sometimes you do have to use other people's moves. But she literally used both Jade and Bianca's moves to even pull that off. Like, is Jade's fucking pin not the bend your leg back? Like, is that not her thing? I think they called it the Northern Lights for her. You be more original is all I'm saying. Be more original. Do your own fucking thing. I didn't have too much to say about that match because I just really was not a fan. I like Zelina Vega. I just think they did her kind of dirty. I feel like they did her the same way they did Jey Uso. But she didn't even make it to 50-something days. I really feel like Zelina Vega had that belt for maybe 3 weeks. Maybe. She could have had it longer. I could be wrong, but I feel like she only had that belt for 3 weeks, maybe a month. I really don't think it's been a month, but whatever, okay? And then we got Asuka and Jade in the ring with, I think, who was it? Was it Michael Cole? I think it was Wade Barrett. Wade Barrett. We got Asuka and Jade in the ring with Wade Barrett, basically just going at it like, hey, I know you need to win tomorrow, but I also need to win tomorrow. I did not get that far in Night of Champions as of yet, but I do personally feel like Jade is going to win just because, like everyone's been saying, but also like she's been saying, she has something to prove. She has something to prove, period, point blank. The girl got something to prove. Asuka, she's already proven her point. We know what Asuka's capable of. We know what Asuka can do. We know Asuka's rap sheet of things. We know Asuka. We're still getting to learn Jade. So I do think that Jade's going to win. I think that Jade's going to win because she got something to prove, you know? She's like the new girl at work. She got to prove something. But ultimately, Naomi comes out and the girls kind of get into a little bit of a tussle. Yeah. Naomi and this... Honestly, this proceed with caution. Naomi in this briefcase, I'm loving it. Like, clock that tea, eat it up. I'm eating it up because who fucking with you? Nobody. Who fucking with Naomi right now? Not a single soul right now, okay? So then we get... Sorry, let's stop calling him, on this channel, we're going to stop calling him R-Truth, and we're going to call him Ron Killings like he wants us to call him. I hate that the WWE is still like low-key disrespecting him and still got everybody calling him R-Truth, or it's the Ron Killings or R-Truth or whoever he is right now type shit. Like, let's stop acting like he's going through an identity crisis. He's not. He's going through character development, okay? And speaking of this character development, I actually find this quite amusing that if anybody's paying attention, I find this quite amusing that they're going the route of Damian Priest being R-Truth right now. We're going to say R-Truth. Being R-Truth's voice of reasoning. Because just, the middle of 2024, when they tried to get, 23, 24, whatever, I don't really remember, when they tried to bring R-Truth a part of the Judgment Day, Damian wasn't fucking with it. So now I kind of like, it's a love-hate thing with what they're doing with Damian's character and what they're doing with Ron's character. It's a love-hate thing, but I love how they're trying to make him his voice of reason. Love that for you, Damian. Do him right. That's all I'm going to say. Do R-Truth, Ron. Do him right. That's all I'm going to ask you for, Damian. That's it. And then we randomly get DIY versus Andrade and Rey Fenix. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't even know who won that match because I didn't really watch it. I didn't. I'm not really a DIY fan. Like, they're entertaining to watch backstage, but we moved to the Street Profits and the Wyatt Six. Now, I love how the tag team division on the men's side rallied together backstage. It was like, hey, we're gonna have to figure this out. We're gonna have to be out there with them because if they win, there will be it's done for the rest of us. It is done for the rest of us. And I low-key really did agree with that. If the Wyatt Six were to win last night, that was it. That was it. There will be no more tag team matches from there on out because who's fighting them big scary ass men? Who fighting them? Who? Y'all gonna bring fucking Braun Breaker? That would probably be who would fight them. Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. That would probably be the only tag team that would be able to take the Wyatt Six out. But even then, it's 6 of them. It's 6 of them. What are we doing? You know? What are we doing? But like I said, we get the Street Profits and Wyatt Six. The Street Profits kind of got their asses handed to them just a little bit. I liked how it was a like and a dislike because I was trying to figure out why all the other tag teams were out there. And I was like, are they out here to help the Street Profits? What are they doing out here? They were out there they were just out there as a distraction to anybody, to be real. Like, the Street Profits or the Wyatt Six, they were just out there to be a distraction. And DIY, DIY posed a distraction because I think they, if I'm remembering correctly, I think they pulled one of the Street Profits' legs or something like that. So that posed a distraction. Boom, the match is over. The Street Profits keep their belts. But here comes Uncle Howdy because what the fuck are you doing? Here comes Uncle Howdy with his sister Abigail. Things get crazy in the ring with everybody for a second, and then boom, pow, boogie. Yeah. That's all I gotta say. The Street Profits kept their belts. Period, point blank, right? And then we move into Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton. I'm not even gonna lie to you, as I was sitting there watching this, I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh, Tiffany. And I just developed being a Tiffany fan. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm like, oh, Tiffy. Nia might win. Like, the whole time I'm sitting on couch on edge, and I'm like, oh, she's gonna win. 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 I was so stressed. I was like, oh. I said Nia Jax is about to win. Because she was really giving Tiffany a run for her fucking money. Dragging Tiffany around by her hair. The steel steps. Like, I don't know if she pushed her, if she kicked her. I don't remember how it happened, but I know that I think she tossed it at her. I think she tossed the steel steps at her, and it ended up connecting to her jaw and her knee. So she hit her jaw and her knee. How the fuck that even happened, I don't even remember. Whew, but it was a match, okay? Tiffany got up, tried to hit a swanton. Didn't really work for real. But Tiffany did get back up, gave her some kicks to the face. What? Yeah, somehow the turnbuckle got exposed. Nia threw Stratton into the turnbuckle. Crazy. I love how they're letting them expose the turnbuckles a little bit more. Because we will actually see that in Night of Champions. I'm not going to spoil that. But you'll also see some of that tonight for Night of Champions. So we get Stratton onto the table. Nia jumps through the table. She jumps through the table. She jumps through the table. Tiffany with the what? Tiffany with the kendo stick. Yeah, Tiffany with the kendo stick. Yeah, Tiffany was getting it tonight a little bit with that kendo stick. Not even gonna lie to you. I don't know what I wrote right here, but it says that Nia was slinging Tiffany around with a steel chair. Yeah, okay. At some point, Nia did bring out a steel chair, and Tiffany was getting it. Tiffany was really, yeah. That's really why I'm like, all right, Nia was fucking Tiffany up, and I just really could not take watching that shit no more. When Tiffany finally did get back up, I loved it. I really did love it. Tiffany ended up putting Nia through the table. Naomi comes out. Tiffany stops because, yes. At one point, I did think that both of them were down, out. After the kendo stick, the table, the chair, I thought Tiffany was about to lose her shit. I did, because Naomi came out randomly. Tiffany was down. Tiffany was not moving. She was not moving. Let's also talk about how every time they got to counting, she got up at 9.5. I said, all right, girl. Okay. But either way, Tiffany won that match. She did something with pushing her over the turnbuckle, blah, blah, blah. Tiffany won, right? Let's get to the meat and potatoes of this now, because we get John Cena and CM Punk. Who saw? I don't think I did. I don't think I did. Who saw CM Punk coming out to Word Life? I don't think anybody saw that coming. Nobody. I don't even think that John Cena, because somebody in the comments of Instagram post was like, yo, you could tell John Cena had like full control over this farewell tour. I feel like he did have full control over this farewell tour on the creative aspect, but I don't think that he knew that CM Punk was going to do that. I don't think that he knew that CM Punk was going to come out like that. Chef's kiss, CM Punk, because you made my night. You literally made my night. I'm like, When the music came on, I made the same face John did. I'm sitting there like, no fucking way. And then the fact that they actually let Punk do it down to the gear, the shoes, the rings, they really let him do that. And it was the freestyle that wasn't really a freestyle. Excuse me. He was roasting the fuck out of John Cena. Roasting the fuck out of John Cena. When he said, well, tomorrow you're gonna lose to Kendrick because you're my Drake, bitch. Oh, I lost it. I lost it. CM Punk came out there with a purpose, and the purpose was to steal his promo the same way he stole his promo last week. Chef's fucking kiss. Right there was great. I loved everything about that. When I say it was so great, it even left John Cena speechless. That is how good that was, because John Cena was like, what? Yeah, nigga, what? Because you just come out here and do me, but outdo me is nuts, right? But thank you for watching my Friday Night SmackDown recap. Come back a little later for a Night of Champions recap, because so much happened.